I guess we don't have that many.
Yeah.
But you know, we're just we're doing the best we can right now because we have low numbers there.
I guess you maybe had a little bit more numbers than some of the other places on the defense. Were you hoping you could get through spring without having any cut to those numbers, any lower numbers than what you started with?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I guess were you hoping that you wouldn't have any numbers? I know some of the other places on the defense are a little bit low too.
Well, we knew we only had 4 corners going into spring. You know, we had to stay reasonably healthy to do that, to be productive and get something out of it. Moved a couple of safeties to help in reps, moved them to the position there, and they're doing a nice job of that. I really appreciate that because that's asking them to do something that they're really not accustomed to, and they're really not. Their skill set is not made for that, and so you know we're getting by.
Coach Hansik said Rashawn's kind of settling in at that nickel spot. What do you like about him?
His physicality, his athleticism. Those are the 2 main things, and in which you need at that position.
Do you think he's kind of a natural at the nickel spot?
You know, again, I think that he's doing a nice job. I mean, I don't know if you call it a natural or what, but when you're physical and you're athletic, you got a chance to be pretty good, and he's shown that in the first, you know, early on in these practices.
Is he surprisingly physical? He doesn't look like the heaviest guy in the league.
No, he was a very physical player coming out of high school. That's the one thing, the one trait that we loved about him is that he would show a lot of physicality when he played. So that, not surprised by that. And you know, and now it's just getting him to become more vocal, more because he's got to do a lot of communication. You know, where he feels comfortable, and that's where he's never played the position before. But the great thing is that we did it in the fall. We kind of committed to it, and we had him backing up Justin Coleman the whole time this fall. So we learned from someone that did a really great job, and he roomed with them the whole year. Obviously, we did that on purpose. So I think that was very beneficial for him, and because Justin was a great leader.
Is he comfortable enough to play both nickel and corner, or is it just nickel?
Well, again, he's doing both. I'm doing it just to, you know, we got to find out, you know, who's going to be our backup nickel, and who's going to be the second nickel or third nickel. You know, so like I said earlier, we've got Cam took the majority of the reps today at nickel. He played corner and just bouncing it back and forth, and then Devon also Swafford is doing nickel.
I'm not sure if you were asked already, but just how unfortunate is it for Emmanuel? There's been a couple of things now, and he's just obviously you want the guys out there to develop all the time, and it just seems like it's been a tough few weeks for Emmanuel Mosley. I guess how much is it? I guess tough for him to not be out there right now.
Well, again, I'm glad he's okay. That's number one. So it's a blessing that him and his family are doing well, and they overcame something there that was a major blessing there. That was awesome. And you know, you can't. It's unfortunate that he's going to be out a couple of weeks, but the great thing is that he'll be back. You know, it's not permanently, and he loses a lot of quality reps that would be good for him to get. But at the same time, too, we know we're going to get him back.
And I've always talked about his work ethic being really good, his attitude being good. He's kind of a fearless guy for not being the biggest corner. Are you expecting him to just kind of hit the ground running when he gets back and to get back?
Absolutely, absolutely. He's one of our high energy guys, and like you just said, you know, he's very workmanlike, like a lot of our guys, and I think a lot of the players feed off of that.
What has Malik shown you? I know he's played a little bit, and this is going to be his 3rd year in the program. What has he kind of shown you?
Well, he's really done a nice job early on in these practices, and you could see Malik coming on at the end of the year, and we feel really comfortable. You know, in his mature level has really improved, and just understanding what to do, and he's playing a little bit more physical than he has in the past, but he's had some really good practices here where he's made some plays with the ball in the air that we love to see, and Malik's coming on. Yeah, it's good to see.
Yeah, an awful lot of young DBs last spring. This spring, most of the guys have been in the system a while. How does that accelerate maybe what you can teach them?
Well, again, we're not going to do too much. You know, we really concentrate on the fundamentals and the technique, whether that's tackling or getting off blocks, and you know, we've had the luxury of having a lot of depth at safety, so I haven't had to. You know, we can look at guys like Stephen Griffin and you know, Todd Kelly and Evan Berry and Lehman Johnson. You know, and kind of like. Minimize the reps of Randolph and McNeil, which has been very good. That's what the whole game plan was going into spring. Unfortunately, we can't do that at corner, and that's the thing that has been tough for us. But you know, but they're doing, you know, they're hanging in there, and we'll make it work.
I saw a picture someone tweeted earlier this week. I think it was Rashawn winning the Mr. Lockdown. Is that an award you give out every day? Who's locking guys down in practice or something like that?
I'd like to keep that between us, you know. But it's obviously some of a position, and you know, where you've obviously basically been the most productive player on the field, and that could be special teams too. And a lot of our guys in the secondary are involved in special teams, so it goes a combination of special teams and also defensive back play.
Where's Evan Berry?